And again, this is why the birth rate is in hell, because women seem to understand that and men don't seem to want to change because they get over. Like he could sleep through the night, baby crying and all. They don't give a fuck. Which leads me to really question, because you wait, they need to eat like 3-4 times a night. So if we saying that men would force their children to starve throughout the night because they didn't want their wives to get up and tend to the baby, is wild crazy. That's why a lot of these niggas are in trash ass nursing homes, if you ask me. Stephanie said, I had to do everything when I had my daughter, but I loved motherhood. And I would argue that my daughter's father, um, argue with my daughter's father for not being proactive. Yeah, they just, I don't know. It's real sad. Lucille said Ashanti was a pick me Isha when she got back with Nelly. I knew this was coming. I'm not gonna say it. Oh, he did? I didn't know he borrowed $100,000 from Ashanti. I know I done seen things on like Nelly's house in, where they from? Memphis? Where he from? Memphis? He got like one of the most biggest house. I think they sold it to like a museum. It was some weird shit. They sold it to like the museum. He got like one of the most expensive houses in Memphis. That's where he from, right? I think Memphis. So I don't know, but I would think, because again, he owns the rights to himself and the lunatics, if it's the lunatics. Ashanti doesn't. Irv Gotti family has it. So I don't know. I would say he is childish and foolish, and she should have let him stroll right past her at that verses. I knew she was gonna go down messing with him. Mm. Again, I tell y'all all the time, if you want a baby so bad, and I get it, that is what the sperm bank is for. Don't let people tell you otherwise, especially if you're going to be struggling. If you're going to be the one having to get up and take care of the baby anyway, you're going to have to be arguing with this man because, you care, you call a nanny, you want to check up on your kid. If it got to be all of that, just go to the sperm bank, girl. Hello, everyone. Hello, everyone. Um, she ain't want to have a baby at 40 and not be married. In 2025, fuck that. I get it. Because again, I grew up in that generation. I grew up in that generation and thinking it was a flex because I was the first one around me to get married and all of this shit. Hindsight 2020. Hindsight 20 fucking 20. Unlike my vision. It was not the flex that you think it is. But like I said, that's why I keep saying I get it, because we're the same age, and that is just the thought process. That's how we were indoctrinated into this bullshit. Thank God for the younger generation that are like, no, get somebody else to do it, because it's a struggle. It's a struggle, and people put that shit on us. She dead ass could have had. Look at Ebony Williams. Ebony Williams tried to find her somebody. It didn't work out, and she decided to go to the sperm bank. F these people. If you're gonna have to be struggling and taking care of your baby anyway, I would rather not have to argue with some man because he won't get up. That's less stress on you. Because now you've made that decision to be the parent that get up in the middle of the night and not resenting the person next to you, because he don't even stir when a baby crying, you know or feeling like you can't be cuckooing to your baby or whatever because he might get jealous. I don't want to go through that. A lot of these young girls don't want to go through that, and I ain't mad at them, but I do that's why I keep saying I understand, because we're from the same generation, and you got to get married, but like it's on Peacock. All right, I'm gonna watch it on Peacock, but like what the fuck, she could have had the baby on her own. She could have had the baby on her own. Yeah, she was performing pregnant. She was, well, she was she yeah, she was pregnant because he pregnant with a second baby. And me and my friends was thinking that girl looked tired. She trying to catch up with the dancers, they doing all the shit. And she was tired because me and my friends was like, she probably got the baby in the back. Baby just left her hip before she came out on stage. That's a lot of work. I don't want to do that. Not at 44. Not at fucking 44. She said now she remembers why she left that. Oh, Honey said, I think he left Ashanti. She was bringing up marriage after 10 years and he wouldn't budge. Oh, he left her. Then ain't no way. A nigga left me and I'm getting back with, oh, I would be mad as hell. So wait, are y'all trying to say he left her? And then they got back because he was like, oh, I want to see you again. And now they have a baby. And now she might be questioning, like, why did I really do this shit? Yeah, I wanted a baby, but there are other ways to go around it. It's called IVF. It's called sperm bank. It's called anything but this foolishness. She said, at 42 years old, I learned to spin the block. I ain't spinning no block. Not for real. You could be cool or whatever, playing around. But like to get married to a dude, to like date him for real, to like put in effort into someone you already put in effort to have a relationship with. No, thank you. That's the point that I can't get. No, thank you. Cause like, okay, you could attempt, you could hit it. You can hit it again, but like y'all, don't forget why y'all broke up. Like y'all we ain't spinning the block, bruh, and it's better this time. No, no, no. Yes, please share the live. Thank you, Bree. She said, listen, if I get pregnant, I'm not working again. Right at our big grown ages. No way. No way. Absolutely. But I do also understand maybe she doesn't feel as secure. Nelly is a little flaky. He is Scorpio man. I'm a Scorpio. These men is weird. Okay. So maybe she feels like she still got to put it out to make sure that if anything, she and her baby will be okay. Y'all, she said her grandbaby was over last weekend and she was exhausted. Yeah, I don't want to. I keep thinking, right, Bree? And appreciate it. I keep thinking, because again, a couple years ago, I was thinking about it, like, oh, and I was actually attempting to try and all this foolishness. But like the reality of having to raise and run after a fucking baby all over again at my big grown age, child, I be tired. I'm about to go work out when we leave here, and I'm gonna probably need a fucking 20-minute nap after I do that. I don't want to be chasing no damn baby. Nicole said, I think this is the first time he's really in the house with the baby and the mom, and he really doesn't know what's expected of him. And it's coupled with him being rich and detached. That makes sense. He didn't grow up. That makes sense. Because even though he has kids before, even his sister kids, they were older. Like they were like, I don't know, they were like 8 or something like that. They were at least old enough to say something. And the other women, he would never marry. He was never married with them. So they probably didn't live together. He was probably all over the place.